Okay, hi guys, I'm back, and this video is a follow-up to my last video about how to know if you're a bride or a groom or a couple that needs a wedding planner. This particular video is about how to know that you do not need a wedding planner. So that way you actually can tell, instead of wasting your time, if you fall in this category of people, you're not likely to enjoy having a wedding planner. So again, just so you know, these are all guidelines. This does not mean in any way that somehow this is an absolute thing. So if you fall in this category, do not, under any circumstances, hire a wedding planner. No, it just means that you need to be aware that you are predisposed to not actually enjoying having a wedding planner, and that it may not be as helpful to you as a different kind of person to have a wedding planner for the reasons that will be here and for many other reasons. Once again, like I said in my previous video, of course, there's always exceptions, and you should absolutely consider your current situation. So you may fall in this category, but the current situation that you're in might make that an exception, might make it so that even if you fall in this category, you actually do turn out to be one of those people who will benefit from a wedding planner. So you should consider that. Okay, so again, I have a cheat sheet, so don't mind me if I look away because I have to make sure that I get all my points in. All right, if you are one of the people who likes the process of working out details, if you enjoy working out details, you don't likely need a wedding planner. And the reason for that is because you will enjoy, most likely, unlike most people, you will enjoy working out the details of planning your wedding. So that is something you should know. If you are the kind of person who enjoys making things for themselves, that is basically the quintessential DIY bride, do it yourself. If you like making things for yourself and you get satisfaction out of that, you are not likely going to enjoy having a planner. You will most likely enjoy the process of planning your wedding yourself, making things for yourself, picking out things for yourself, doctoring them whichever way that you want for yourself. That will be something that is exciting and enjoyable and fulfilling to you. So that's another category. And then my personal favorite, which is a really big one, is if you are a control freak, which is hard because many people probably don't really like to think of themselves as control freaks, but a lot of us are. So if you are a control freak, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you, you will not enjoy having a wedding planner. And the reason for it is because having a wedding planner requires your trust, and it requires, in order for them to do their job, it requires that you give them a very significant amount of control over how things go in the planning of your wedding. If you are a control freak, you're probably the kind of person who likes to micromanage and who likes people to report to you and tell you all the details of the things that you didn't work on yourself, you know, that sort of a thing. And there are not many planners who will actually enjoy that, because that can feel a little bit like just being an errand person, you know, or a task person. So if you are a control freak, then you probably want to just do things for, you know, just do it because you kind of, that's kind of the whole point of being a control freak. You like to control things, so might as well control this because it's very important to you. Okay. If you're the kind of person who thrives on making a plan and executing it, similar to control freak, but different a little bit, there are people who live for making plans and who live for seeing those plans executed. If you fall in that category and you just like are tickled the moment you think of like planning something and, you know, putting it together and executing it, you're excited by that. If you're one of those people, go for it. I recommend that you plan your own wedding because you will enjoy a very good amount of it, because that's basically what it is planning and executing all the way. If you live for multitasking, again, there's a certain kind of person who loves the thrill of having, you know, multiple projects going on. So I'm working on this, I'm working on that, and do you know what I mean? And just being like on the whole time. If you love that and you love being busy and like, you know what I mean, like in the swing of things, yes, you will enjoy planning your wedding, because once again, that's what that entails. If you love telling people what to do, you're going to have a hard time with that role reversal. So you probably will not benefit from having a wedding planner, and you will probably hate having a wedding planner because it will just go against this thing that you find important to you. So yeah, might as well skip that. Okay, if you are self-proclaimed OCD, meaning you know what I mean, like you have those things where it's just kind of like, yes, it has to be like this and it has to be like that and that sort of thing. If you're like that, yeah, then you probably won't enjoy having a planner, because that's just the way you are. That's who you are. You just like things to be a certain way, and chances are you'll drive your planner crazy and both of you will be very unhappy. So I would say skip the planner if you are a self-proclaimed OCD person. If you're not good at delegating, yeah, you will not enjoy having a planner. And the reason for it is because the idea of having a planner literally is that you're delegating your planning, your wedding planning, to them. And if you want to have your hand in it the whole time, or if you just don't know how to actually relinquish that and give it to another person to do, you will be uncomfortable and you will probably butt heads and rub shoulders with them a lot, because it's just a little bit like giving someone something to do and then wanting to take it over and do it yourself, which, you know, defeats the purpose, first of all, and secondly, is unpleasant for the person that is supposed to be doing the job, because now they're not really doing the job because you're really trying to do the job that you said that they should be doing. So I would say if you're one of those people, skip it. And then my final one for this category is if you're the kind of person who feels that things are just not done, they're not satisfactory unless you do them yourself. If you feel like I'm never satisfied with anything unless I do it myself. If you feel like that and you're that kind of person, you will be miserable having a wedding planner, because it doesn't matter how well they work and what they do and how exceptionally they execute their work. Because you have that idea and because you are sort of wired in that way, you will want to be doing it yourself, and you will just not be satisfied with anything that's done unless you do it yourself. So in that case, I say, why even bother? Again, the main thing here, the reason why I'm making this video is so that you understand there are people who really are not wired to have planners that end up going out and hiring planners, and it becomes a very miserable experience for both parties, for you and for the planner. And that's not necessary. Really, if you think about it, all you have to do is just know who you are and know what you're like and how you function. And you can actually decide like, okay, this will be a good decision or will not be a good decision. And more importantly, you don't want that kind of karma surrounding your wedding planning and your wedding. It's supposed to be one of the best things in your life, you know? So there's no need to put yourself in a position where you're fighting with the planner or you're angry with them or they're just not doing it enough or doing it well enough or whatever it is that, you know, is going to happen because it's just not a good fit for you. So I hope these tips are helpful to someone out there who may be wondering about this. And of course, I'm sure there's so many that I've left out. And so if you think of any, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions, comments, I will be thrilled to hear them. In between now and then, please give a thumbs up to any of the videos that you like or find helpful. And don't forget to subscribe. And also feel free to take a look at our website at www.creativeweddingsolutions.com and our blog as well, The Charismatic Bride. I look forward to seeing you guys again, and I don't know when my next video will be and what it will be about, but I'm sure it will be fun and interesting for me to make. So I look forward to seeing you then. All right, people. I wish you happy planning, and be free to be you, and cheers.